Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Chainlink. We're going to be reviewing the price action of the Link token on the 1 hour, 1 day and 1 week time frame, reviewing what I think is likely to happen next based on the recent price action. Now as I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with all the videos that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out. Let's jump right down into today's video, kicking things off with that 1 hour time frame. So here we have Link paired up with USDT. We're using the BitGet spot exchange here on the 1 hour time frame. Now, Link has broken out of its structure. We'll talk more about that on the daily time frame. It's had this great breakout to the upside here. And, we were looking at this being our initial pullback, and then we had this fantastic run here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to review what this might mean for Chainlink, because this is a good reversal for it with where that might be heading next. Now, Chainlink is an incredibly volatile asset. It's got a lot of fundamental reasons for why you might see some volatility within the market in both directions, right? It can have a negative impact sometimes where there's less demand for DeFi, for example, price will naturally pull to the downside. And when there's a natural increase in demand, it will obviously move to the upside. Okay, pretty much like most cryptocurrencies, except this also relies on the performance of other platforms and other protocols, right? Because the more demand that, say, another dApp has that has a Chainlink integrated into it, then you not only do you see the increase in demand for the native dApp, but you also see the increase for Chainlink's token as well in terms of providing those on real world off-chain data on-chain, if that makes sense. So for the most part, really, really good to kind of see a bit of progression to the upside. So most recently, Chainlink has moved up since the 11th of September here on this hourly chart, 25%. Pretty nice. Now, one of the things that we need to consider is, what does this mean for Chainlink, right? We had this initial surge up here. This, to me, is a three-wave pattern to this point. Slightly truncated C wave, and then of course we can see that we had this move down and we bounced from here. Now we've come up above the 1.382 and we have yet to hit the 1.618. Now internally, I don't think we have a strong 5-wave move internally here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up this level right here. It's actually at the 8 right there, and I'm going to just give this a quick 1.618 label so that we know what that is, and then I'm going to remove the noise. There we go. Okay, so that's our 1.618 target there, 727.28. Now internally we would need to see a 5-wave structure in here. Okay, so we had this initial surge right here, and let's see if we can get that there. There we go. We'd move this over to here, and you can see that again, that 1.618 target comes right in line with our existing 1.618 target on the bigger scale. So again, we'll be looking at this as a $7.26.29. So you would have to move up here if we wanted to make this an impulsive run. And it doesn't look like we have a great run here either. So to me, considering we're above the 382 at the moment, it's possible, of course, that we can rally up and hit that target. We would have to push past this in order to be able to turn it into a 5-wave structure. So we would look at it as a wave 1, wave 2. Only when across this level would it be a wave 5, down for 4 and up for 5 again. And then, of course, we'd have to consider what's going on here in order to be able to allow for that move there as well. And for the most part, considering where we sit, I think this is a double bottom, but we'll go ahead and check. So we have this one here, and then this candle over here, or this wick over here. This is a low of 574 flat, and yeah, so it's a double bottom. That basically would allow us to look at this here as an entire wave 1, down for a wave 2, and then all of that as a wave 3, right? And so we have to be really cautious that we might be starting to see a reversal based pattern for Chainlink. Not to say that we can't come back down and have great accumulation, because I think we would, but it just means you have to appreciate there's going to be progression upwards before we have that retracement. Again, all hinges on hitting this target up here at that 726.29 minimum. Otherwise, this is all corrective, and it's probably more W, X, Y, X, and Z. And so for the most part, very, very nice to see. In terms of our current structures in here, I still think we have more to the upside to be seen here. Okay, this looks actually quite nice for a potential ending move, so not too concerned about that. I think, yeah, we probably have a good probability of hitting that target range. So I think for the daily chart, looking very, very good. Okay, so I think in terms of trading, what would I do? I probably wouldn't be trading this one until I end up at one of these peaks, either a wave 3 peak or a wave 4 peak, and then trade in the direction accordingly after that on the hourly chart. Let's take it up into the daily. So we were tracking a 5-wave move to the downside, right? We had this targeted out, and we've done here, what we've gone and done is we've broken out of this pattern. So we're no longer in this bearish structure for Chainlink, okay, on the daily time frame. Now, what does this actually mean? It puts us in a corrective state of play coming down here. So it just becomes A, B, and C like this. And of course, we're now potentially in that reversal pattern to the upside. Okay, so a few things to kind of consider here is that this could all just turn into correctiveness, and we still move on down later. So for example, we could look at this, move up, and then break down again, and we kind of fall out of that structure. So just be a little bit cautious. The daily time frame is not as good as what we are seeing in terms of the hourly chart, right? The hourly chart is more positive than that of the daily. When we can see we're overbought on the daily time frame, we will be looking for a move to the downside. We are also overbought on the 4-hour and the monthly time frames as well. So we know that overbought doesn't necessarily have an impact on price, but it does show us that there's going to be exhaustion in the market, and we're likely to start to see this move back down. Now, essentially what that means is there's lower volume now pushing price up higher than there was previously. That means the stochastic RSI is aggressively moved up to that overbought range. Now, if I throw the volume on here, you can kind of see how that volume has been decreasing right there. Okay, so again, an indication that volume is not as strong as it once was. Now, if we zoom out, you can really see where volume was previously is actually a lot stronger than where it is right now. So just bear that in mind. Now, from a divergence point of view, we could see here that there was bullish divergence right in here. Again, looking okay. We're up in that higher range right now, though, and that's obviously the RSI that you see here. So again, the RSI is not in a strong position on the daily either. So for the most part, I'm not thinking that the daily chart is going to give us a lot of progression to the upside. If anything, we are likely to continue moving down, but we've got to be patient with this one. Okay, we are currently above the daily 200 EMA, but we do have, of course, the 50 EMA below that of the 200. We might be able to get a golden cross, though. I think we probably will be able to do that, but I'm not seeing any corrections on the momentum indicators to say that that could potentially be a long-lived scenario for Chainlink. Take it to the weekly time frame. We are still bearish. Let me bring that back into view here. We are still bearish on our weekly time frame. We can see that we are finding the upper resistance on that 50 EMA. So again, I'm not expecting terribly too much more from this one, and we continue this move to the down into new bear market lows. Currently, I have Chainlink kind of scoped out, and it's quite broad at $1.73 to $4. I think the higher range is the more likely, so around $4, maybe as low as 322, somewhere in there, but I'm not expecting this to go down to 173. If it does drop down that low, then I will be buying up a stupid amount of Chainlink, because I think the future for Chainlink is very, very, very positive overall. So for the most part, I think we're going to see some great accumulation. Let's just put it this way. Do we think Chainlink can go to $70? I do think Chainlink could go to $70, and therefore it's a simple 10x right in there. I think it's going to perform incredibly well with lots of new integrations, and I think it's got a lot of potential to it. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Are you looking to accumulate Chainlink? Do you think we've hit the bottom? Or are you thinking one more drop and then we are done? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.